Never ever underestimate the power of your intuition, the inner voice, to guide you in decisions, to lead you into the best and wisest way. Stay true to your values. Don't compromise on them. Out the noise of fear and negativity and the what if this happens, what if that happens, and rise up the voice of faith. Thank you so much for watching the first YouTube video. The feedback was that obviously it was quite noisy in the music, so this time round I promise will be an improvement. So hopefully in this one the vision is that everybody would get something from it, whether that is a word of encouragement, some inspiration, some actionable steps to take in starting their own business, or just have a laugh at Prince and I. So thank you so much for watching. You can probably hear the sea. So we are currently in the southeast, Cornwall and Devon, whilst patiently waiting for a property deal to go through, as we have now let the property that we were living in the Midlands. So that was great. And yeah, we're going to give you a mini recap of what we've been up to, and then I'm going to be sharing the 3 lessons in having a business that I've personally learned, and then the 3 parts of advice of what I would recommend in starting a new
I've done my best and my worst, learned my lessons. No matter how hard my life would treat me, I'd always get right back up, never worry. 'Cause I got a million reasons to keep holding on. Yeah, I got all that it takes to win and overcome. What I got is just a feeling, but it's so, so strong. It goes on and on, on and on. There's something going on inside of me.
I have been doing a few polls on my Instagram just to see what you would like to hear and find out about, and the results were how to start a new business, lessons from a business, and then a few other things that I'll try and incorporate into this video. So I am going to be giving my advice, and literally this is just from past experience, lessons that I've had to learn and wisdom that I've got from that. And obviously everybody has to find their own path, their own way of doing things, but if this could bless somebody with any advice how I've had to learn it and get it through, then yeah, I'll just kind of share that with you.
I never just believe in what I see, 'cause I can feel the energy.
Lesson number 1. In business, as an entrepreneur, or even if you're an employee, wherever you are, never ever underestimate the power of your intuition, the inner voice, to guide you in decisions, to lead you into the best and wisest way, because I've had to learn that sometimes we listen to other people's opinions, and yes, at times wise advice is everything, but there's nothing stronger than that inner voice, and you can't really go wrong if you make a decision based on your values or that stirring or prompting within you. So my first lesson would be to trust your intuition, trust the inner voice. And I'm just going to give a brief example of that and be extremely transparent right now. So when I first did this first video, I mentioned that I'd started a new business and it's been really exciting and stuff, but I was going through the process of actually selling my recruitment business. And don't worry, I haven't. So if you're hiring, we're the ones for you. But I had 2 offers on the table, and both of them, you know, they were very different, but something was stirring within me. It was that intuition, and I decided to not go with either of them. And hopefully in time will tell of why I didn't do that, but you've got to trust that inner voice. Lesson number 2 for anybody: make time for you. Schedule in that time of doing what you love, something that re-energizes your mind, your soul, something that gets you in that good frequency, that lovely state of mind, that peace. You have to schedule that time, whether you're running a business, whether you're working in a company. If you hit burnout. Lesson number 3, stay true to your values. Don't compromise on them. The moment that we compromise on our values, that's when we start to feel unsettled, or we have maybe regret that did we make the right decision. But if you make decisions and do things based on your values, you stay true to yourself. And I think that's absolutely necessary. And if you're a business owner and you don't quite know what those values are just yet, or if you don't really have a clear picture of what your culture is, I can help. But stay true to your values. And then I did want to do a lesson number 4, but I'm going to stick to 3 because I like 3s. I would say choose faith over logic, because many times in business it's not easy, and there will be situations that may seem impossible, but as long as you have faith, you can overcome anything. How to start a business and what kind of things to think about if you're planning on starting one, or if it's quite early days in your new venture. First things first, I would say know your level of risk. So if you tend to take an investment or something like that, they might do a risk assessment on you. Me personally, I was very risky, but others maybe not so, and it's totally fine. Everybody, I mean, I love everybody as they are, it doesn't matter, but understand your level of risk, because you might have to strategically plan a side hustle where you've got a part-time job and you're starting your new venture, and then you can make that transition a little bit easier. Or you can do as I did and just take that plunge and that risk and kind of go all in. But you have to be self-aware, because if you do something too much out your comfort zone, you might retract into fear or doubt. Whereas if you know, actually, what can possibly go wrong? I can always go back to the job. I'm going to take this risk, because in 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, I might be in such a better place. So if that's encouragement for anybody, it's to know your level of risk and then take that risk. So from experience of working with different people and having chats with them, I think overwhelm is the biggest hurdle in starting a business, of really not knowing where to start, or there being so many different ways of doing a business. There's, you know, where do we even start? We've got the finance, we've got the marketing, we've got the product, the service. It's just very overwhelming. And I think from my experience, the right people enter your life at the right season, at the right time, to help you on that mission and that journey. So I think it really is take it a step at a time, and I talk about this a lot in my Monday motivations, is just to start. Don't think too much logically of how everything is going to work. The universe will provide the right people. If you believe in God, if it's His plan, I promise you that it will prevail, and that you're just going to have that confidence of just getting started, to not be overwhelmed, to literally start as simple as writing that vision down in your pen and paper, and just writing it and just seeing what happens. Lesson number 3, but there's 2 parts to it. And the first one is drown out the noise of fear and negativity and the what if this happens, what if that happens, and rise up the voice of faith. And you can do that through what you watch, what you listen to, the influences, getting into a good book full of motivations. And yes, I have been writing my second Vbook that will be released this month as you watch this, so please do get it. But yeah, raise your faith. You can do it, it is achievable, but it's a discipline. You've got to challenge your mindset and think, yes, this is achievable, and do it every day. Do those affirmations, say those prayers, meditate on that vision. So that's lesson number 3, but I said there would be 2 parts, and I've forgotten what the next part is. I'll be back. The third, 4th thing is to be comfortable with being uncomfortable, especially at the start of the business. We all know that entrepreneurship is really glamorized, and it's literally anything but. Those first couple of years, I kid you not, literally blood, sweat and tears, whereas now I do understand how to rest and how to have that balance in life. But be uncomfortable with being uncomfortable, because it will require stretching your faith, stepping out of your comfort zone, and when you get used to that feeling of, oh, I'm going to take this next leap, then you'll just be able to go further and further. And remember, it's a journey, isn't it? We're all so eager to get to that destination, thinking that when we get there, then that'll be it, we'll have the life of our dreams. But actually enjoy that journey, because even when you get to that, we all want that next milestone. So yeah, just be comfortable with being uncomfortable and to enjoy the journey. There's only time for dreams even greater. I hear the call, and I close my eyes to see even clearer. I see it all. I know that we can go higher if we keep our faith, if we keep our